Hey everybody, it's Dr. Connie here in Functional Yoga Medicine, just to give you a little status update and tell you a little bit about the vision changes that I've recently had. Is that we are thinking about moving away from Functional Yoga Medicine Certified Practitioner Program, FYMCP, to the Alkaline Method Certified Practitioner. The alkaline methodology is the unique methodology. It's a proprietary, truly integrative methodology that all healthcare practitioners can use to really integrate all the principles of transformation, transformational coaching, as well as modern medicine, as well as ancient wisdom, which includes yoga, as well as to wrap it up around business mastery. So you guys can be thinking differently about your career and really help you to leverage technology and to really boost your confidence and really be a part of the bigger movement and getting really focused in becoming the change that you want to see in the industry. And I'm hoping I can enlist you because we want to make generations of change, not just talk about it or complain about it, but make generational changes in healthcare. And we need to empower one practitioner and one patient at a time, because the alkaline methodology is all about the premise that healing is an inside job. And you are the secret ingredient in your healing. And you, as a practitioner, must understand the spiritual aspects of the healing journey and to respect your patients and look at them as a whole being, not just break them up into body parts or different disciplines like nutrition, functional medicine, yoga, physical therapy, whatever your specialty might be. That no longer serves you. And plus, if you can think and expand about your career these days with the invention and really the progression of the technology, you can just about have clients all over the world through the Zoom calls and then have your own podcast speaking about exactly what you want to talk about and really get clear about what you stand for. And I really want to say too that growth is absolutely necessary. Evolution and spiritual growth and your commitment to your higher calling is required for you to make changes. I've done both. I've been very systematic and I've been very much strategic and really working at the 3D level of what I see, evidence-based, and really I thought push harder a little bit more, the gas pedal a little bit more, and learn all about the business. And I thought many things I knew. But you know what? The key important ingredient in your success in your career is your focus and clarity and alignment with who you truly are on the inside. And I'm not talking about who you think you are, conditioned to believe whoever you are, because a lot of the preferences and a lot of the religions and a lot of the beliefs that you hold in the stories, they've been conditioned. We've been indoctrinated by our caregivers to begin with, and we got really good at following directions. And after all, that's what school system does, right? Educational system, it's for industrial revolution. It wanted to make technicians out of us all, right? Follow directions, stay in the line, and do as you're told, as opposed to really creating, expanding, and stepping into your power and really, really eliciting your own intellect to go deep within for self-evolution, exploration, and growth that is absolutely necessary for you to make work and art that impacts lives in a real way. And it's not something you can gain from a degree. It's not something that you can gain from a title or a certification or any of the didactic trainings or even a book. It's gained by you really going into silence and committing to the spiritual growth to make sure that you're fully aligned with who you truly are from the inside and out. Because the importance of your career or your business depends on your self-evolution and growth. At the end of the day, through the functional yoga certifications, functional yoga medicine program that I created, it was created out of years of frustration, knowing all the mishaps in the medical system and all the broken pieces that didn't make sense. And yet all the practitioners were doing them just exactly the way it was being done as always, even though they proved to be inefficient. They just keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. But Einstein said it best. You can solve problems at the same level that you created the problem. So it really requires you and I to step out of our comfort zones and really take a closer look at what the brokenness of the system is. Some of you guys harbor this insecurity and this inner knowing on the inside. Some of you guys are very vocal and you guys complain about it, but are not doing anything about it. So in order for us to elicit deeper change, because my mission in life is to make generational changes in our so-called sick care system into truly a self-empowered healing system, where we start with empowering each and every one of you practitioners and each and every one of the patients that we service, finally providing solutions to make them whole again. Because at the end of the day, what is holistic medicine? Enough of the jargons, enough of the knowledge, the confusion, and our need to chase after the information and our egos to boost our confidence. When really, if you think about it, we're here to really help heal as many people as possible. And I know that you realize this too in your standard of care, what you're expected to do as a healthcare practitioner. You know your limits within the system. For most of us, it's dictated by what the insurance payers will pay for. And that's what we tend to do. If it's outside of that, we don't dare talk to patients about it. You and I are here to get paid within the system that is already failing, because it's the big giants like the third-party paying system, right? The pharmaceutical companies. It's perpetuation of sickness. Really, our healthcare today is really all about sick care. There's so much we don't know. And if you think evidence-based is where it's at, you couldn't be wrong. You couldn't be more wrong. Because as a patient for over 21 years with autoimmunity, there's a lot of things that the doctors couldn't answer. But the solution that they gave in blind faith to the evidence and the science and to protect their liability is that they were offering me all kinds of toxic medications that they were not held responsible for. All they had was, cohort studies and research studies. And, even if there was no long-term benefits or long-term studies to validate, they would sometimes say, the benefits outweigh the risks. And the risks are a lot longer in many of these pharmaceuticals. And yes, I've been subjected to many harmful substances in my lifetime. And I don't know where it is leading, because I've had such a tough year this year with many things related to COVID. And I truly believe that it's really hit me hard in ways that help me to really see above and beyond and really gain clarity over exactly what I need to be doing in this world to help as many of you as possible to make sense of this madness. Because the truth is, for as long as I've been in the holistic, integrative, and functional space and really rubbing shoulders with the best of the best, there isn't a single practitioner that I would trust my body with. Not because they're not good, but because that's only one-dimensional strategy. We need all 4 layers of our transformation from the inside. And I can tell you, as somebody who's been on this self-healing journey, without enlisting the patient as the guide and really empowering them to be empowered to heal. Nothing that you do as practitioners, whether it be yoga, physical therapy, yoga therapy, medical sciences, or functional medicine, integrative medicine, call it what you will. None of those things can potentially help your patients unless the patient can elicit and be empowered from within to step into their own power. In the same way, your career and your business growth really depends on your commitment to your own self-evolution, self-study, and self-exploration, because chances are you're a technician who's trained really well in the didactic programs with a certain degree and license to cover the liability, but that really doesn't tell much to the patients anymore. I've had many extensive conversations with my practitioners, various doctors, super smart people, and really the wavelength is so far. Like they have no clue. And all they throw at me is research after research after research. They don't have this inner understanding and the knowing of the identity crisis, the trauma work that goes on, the thought work, the emotions, the vibrational frequencies, thinking outside the box and really looking at the elements that make humans whole. We're talking about human experiences here. It's not about what you learned and what you went to school for and staying in your lane, because that's what we're so ingrained to do so well. And I commend you for being able to follow directions. But at some point, if you see something wrong with the system and you see the systemic impact that it's having in your own life, as well as in the people that you care about, it becomes a very personal issue. And for me, it's been a personal issue for over 20 years. And I finally decided to really be courageous, to step in and step up and really level up and be courageous enough to stand for what I believe. And I'm here to enlist you to become a part of the movement that challenges you for self-growth, self-exploration, and really elevation and expansion so that we can heal as many people as possible and end all unnecessary suffering, one patient, one practitioner at a time, through the methodology that I created called the Alkaline Method. The Alkaline Method for practitioner, we do have Alkaline Method certification program that I run yearly. And we are offering a boot camp starting tonight at 5 p.m. as well as tomorrow, Wednesday, September 29th at 12 p.m. So September 28th, 2021 at 5 p.m. and then September 29th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And at the time of this recording, it is September 27th. But if you are reading or watching or hearing me at a later date, there might be a link below this podcast or wherever you're watching, YouTube channel, wherever, that you can collect the link to perhaps watch the replay if it's within a certain time frame. But you want to make sure that you follow me at Dr. Connie John on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok as well as Facebook, Dr. Connie John, Functional Yoga Medicine. And you can find us at Functional Yoga Medicine in Facebook group, where I'll be going live for Tuesday and Wednesday, September 28th and 29th, 5 p.m. and 12 p.m. respectively, Eastern Standard Time. So again, I want to remind you, don't dismiss the inner calling, inner gnawing, knowing that whatever it is that you're doing day in and day out is ineffective at best. And you know there's so much more you can be doing. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to know all the steps. You just have to trust, and you just have to be courageous enough to finally say, you know what? I want to be part of the bigger change, and I want to stand for something. And I too want to make generations of change in the sick care system to improve so that we can heal as many people as possible through the work that we do, make it more meaningful. But more importantly, you know, you can gain financial freedom. We don't have to fear money. Success isn't something that is intangible to us. And it's not bad to want to make money as health practitioners. I expect that, but I also expect to provide value enough for me to grow financially. And, the more I can grow financially, the more reach that I can have. So I think very differently. And it took probably about 16 years for me to really learn the lessons I needed to learn. And I'm still learning today. And I've enlisted so many powerful business coaches, clinical coaches, as well as really didactic education that is sound and very competitive. And I learned from best of the best in all the fields that I mentioned. And that's how alkaline methodology came to be, integrating all the things in a way that really makes sense for you and I, human beings. It's simple, it's practical, and it's functional on so many levels. So I invite you to go ahead and sign up for the boot camp that is free. And it starts September 28th at 5 p.m. as well as September 29th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you soon.